What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some Ohio State Buckeyes in the NFL draft. And don't forget, if you are a big Ohio State fan, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave a like on this video as well. So the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft are officially in the books, and the Buckeyes left their stamp on the early part of this draft, as they usually do. No team in college football has more players drafted in the first round since 2000 than the Ohio State Buckeyes, and they continued that trend again this year. 5 players in all went in the first 3 rounds. 2 in the first round, Nick Bosa and Dwayne Haskins. 1 in the second round, Paris Campbell, and 2 in the third round, Draymond Jones and Terry McLaurin. So I'm going to go over where all these guys were drafted, tell you whether or not I like the fit for each one of these guys with their new teams, and you let me know in the comments what you guys think of the fit for each one of these guys heading into the new NFL season. So it did not take the Buckeyes long to get a player off the board. The number 2 overall player selected in this year's draft, Nick Bosa, is headed to the San Francisco 49ers. I like this fit for Nick, but then again, I would have liked any team that Nick went to because Nick is the best player in this draft. He is going to be a dominant force in the NFL for years to come, just like his brother Joey, but I think Nick is going to be even a little bit better than Joey, which is tough to say. Joey's already a Pro Bowler. He was Defensive Rookie of the Year. Joey's one of the best defensive ends in the NFL, but I think Nick Bosa is just next level. This kid is an absolute monster. Nobody's going to stop this guy. They're going to have to double team him his whole career. It's a shame that an injury shortened his season prematurely for the Buckeyes. In the 3 games he did play, he absolutely dominated, and I was critical of Nick of how he left the program this year. I thought as a team leader, a team captain, he should have stuck around and been there for his teammates till the end of the season, but at the end of the day, the Bosa family, Nick, Joey, the rest of their family, has done too much for the Ohio State program for me to hold anything against this kid. So I'm happy for Nick. I think it was smart of the 49ers to take him at 2, and I think he's going to be the best player in this draft when it's all said and done. The second Buckeye to come off the board at number 15, Dwayne Haskins, headed to the Washington Redskins. Not surprising, Dwayne was the second Buckeye taken, obviously, but what was surprising was where he was selected. Most thought he was going to get taken number 6 by the New York Giants, but Dave Gettleman and the Giants don't have a freaking clue what they're doing. They passed up Dwayne Haskins to take Daniel Jones out of Duke, and let's just throw these numbers up here real quick. Daniel Jones in 3 years at Duke, 52 touchdowns, 29 interceptions, a 60% completion percentage. Dwayne Haskins, 1 year at Ohio State, 50 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, 54 total touchdowns actually if you add in the rushing, and a 70% completion percentage. So Dwayne Haskins, the bigger player, the better arm, played at the better program, played in the better conference, put up way better numbers, put up basically Daniel Jones' career in 1 season, minus all the interceptions. And the Giants decided to take Daniel Jones because of his link to the Manning family, Eli and Peyton. The Giants are just an absolute joke, and they are going to regret this for years to come because now Dwayne Haskins is in their division in the NFC East, and he is going to be making them pay 2 times a year. Then again, I don't like the fit for Dwayne Haskins in Washington because they don't have great receivers. They don't have a great running back. I don't love their coach, Jay Gruden. The only thing I like for Dwayne here is that he's going to be mentored by 2 experienced veteran quarterbacks in Alex Smith and Case Keenum. They're both good dudes, so I trust that they're going to mentor Dwayne the right way. And I think at the end of the day, Alex Smith is hurt. He got that severe injury. I think Case Keenum starts the first 8 games, and then they hand it over to Dwayne Haskins for the second part of the NFL season. But I'm happy for Dwayne. I know he went a little bit later than he wanted to, but I believe that Dwayne is going to be the first Ohio State quarterback ever to be a franchise quarterback in the NFL. We've heard forever how no great player at quarterback has ever come out of Ohio State. I would love that to be put to an end, and I'm hoping Dwayne Haskins is the guy. The third player to come off the board for the Buckeyes in the second round, number 59 overall, Paris Campbell is headed to the Indianapolis Colts, and I love this fit. This is my favorite fit out of all of them. Paris Campbell is now going to be catching passes from Andrew Luck. He's going to be teamed up with T.Y. Hilton. They got Eric Ebron at tight end. They got an upcoming stud running back, Marlon Mack. So this is going to be one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL. Paris Campbell really could not have found a better landing destination than to be catching passes from Andrew Luck, and I'm really happy for Paris. I love Paris Campbell. He's such a good kid, and the improvement he made at Ohio State is amazing. When he first got to Ohio State, of course, he's always been a burner, but he couldn't catch it all. He had stone hands, and he really improved his catching skills, his route running skills, everything. He can do more than just go deep now. He's just a complete mismatch on those bubble screens. He gets one hole, he's gone. He throws up the peace sign, see you later. So I'm so happy for Paris Campbell. I think this is going to be a great fit with the Colts at number 59. The fourth Buckeye to come off the board in the 3rd round, number 71 overall. Draymond Jones headed to the Denver Broncos. I like this fit for Draymond. I was surprised Draymond went this low. I thought with all the great defensive linemen going in the 1st, 2nd round, I thought Draymond would probably be a 2nd rounder. I think he's really being underrated here at number 71 in the 3rd round. I think the Broncos got some great value here. The Broncos always have a great defense. They always have a great defensive line, so Draymond's just going to step right in and be another one of those great defensive linemen for the Denver Broncos, so I like that fit there. And the last player to be drafted in the 3rd round for the Buckeyes, number 76 overall, Terry McLaurin, to the Washington Redskins. And I love this. This was probably my favorite part of the entire draft. Dwayne Haskins said before the draft, whoever drafts me, just do me one thing, get me one of my receivers from Ohio State. And I love that the Washington Redskins did that for him. You got a young quarterback who's coming in. What better could you do for him than get him one of his receivers that he's comfortable with, that he has experience with? I love this move by the Washington Redskins, getting Haskins, one of his favorite receivers, in Terry McLaurin. But don't be mistaken, the Washington Redskins did not just take Terry McLaurin because he played with Dwayne Haskins. Terry McLaurin is a freaking stud. This kid is an all-around player. He's going to be a great receiver. He's a great blocker. He's a great team player. And again, he's just a great kid. He really showed out at his pro day, at the Combine, at the Senior Bowl. He really, showed out at the Senior Bowl. And, Terry McLaurin really raised his draft stock. I don't think he was going to be this high to begin with, but he really raised his stock. And good for Terry going in the 3rd round. He's going to be paired up with his quarterback, Dwayne Haskins. So I'm so happy for the two of them. And then again, it's a good fit for Terry because the Redskins really don't have receivers. So he's going to have a chance to go in there and make an impact from the beginning. So that was the 5 Buckeyes taken in the first 3 rounds. Nick Bosa, Dwayne Haskins, Paris Campbell, Draymond Jones, Terry McLaurin. Let me know in the comments what you think are the best fit. Do you like the fit for all these guys? You like me, you don't like Dwayne Haskins with the Redskins just because I don't like the offense around them, but I think eventually Dwayne's going to figure it out and they'll get some pieces around him, so I'm not worried about it. But all in all, I like the fit. Happy for all these guys. I really love this group of players. I think they're not only all great football players, but all great kids, so they're going to be missed. But the Buckeyes don't rebuild, they reload. We're going to get another group in here, and they're going to be headed to the NFL draft in a couple years, just like these kids. Nobody is pumping more star talent into the NFL than the Buckeyes. I could go over the names, but of course we know all the names. Nobody is putting more stars in the NFL than the Buckeyes right now, and it looks like they put some more in there this year. So let's take a look at the Buckeyes that were not drafted in the first 3 rounds that I think are going to have their names called today and Sunday. Number 1, Michael Jordan. I was surprised, honestly, he didn't go in the 3rd round. I think he's guaranteed to go in the 4th round today. Mike Weber, same thing for him. I think he's going to be a 4th rounder. Kendall Sheffield, I'm not sure. The kid's got a lot of talent, but I was not, super impressed with what he did at Ohio State. So I think he could fall to the 6th round. Isaiah Prince, I see him going probably 5th round. And Johnny Dixon, he's the one I'm not 100% sure of. I'm not positive he's going to get drafted. I think he'll get drafted in the 6th or 7th round, maybe even higher. Maybe a team likes him. But I think no matter what, he's going to be on an NFL roster because somebody is going to sign him after the draft if he is not signed. So let's hope that all 5 of these Buckeyes get drafted today or tomorrow. I was going to do a video at the end of it, but I got stuff to do this weekend, so I really just wanted to focus on the first 3 rounds and these top guys that got drafted. So anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys think. You like the fit for all these guys. And next week, I'm going to be doing a video on Ohio State recruiting. Ryan Day is really struggling right now on the recruiting trail, so make sure you look out for that video. And like I said before, if you're a big Buckeye fan, you want to keep getting Buckeye news, subscribe to the channel, and you will not be disappointed. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I thank anybody who watched this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will check y'all later, and go Buckeyes.